My name is Anthony with Preparation with Purpose. The topic of this video today is crafting a compelling resume. I want to start with the foundations of a good resume. The most important thing with the resume is your name. I get it that, here in the US, we get a lot of people from all over the world and they come to work in the US. What I would suggest, I'm not trying to say take a nickname or change your name, but what will be helpful to the recruiters and hiring management is that you break down your name in the event if your name is hard to spell. Just break it down by syllables, so that way we can understand how to pronounce it, and so that way it's closer to. And we may still get it wrong, but at least we're closer. So when we're asking for you on the phone, that we're not offending you by just being in left field with the pronunciation of your name. So that's one of the things I would suggest is making sure that you're making it easier for us to address you properly by your name. The next thing is making sure your address is relevant to the location. If you're looking for a remote based job and the job that you're applying for, say you live in New York and you're looking for a job in California and you know that you want it to be remote based, incorporate that into your resume as far as your objection sentence or your summary of what you're looking for this next role. Let it be known that you're looking for a remote based role, that you're based out of New York, and you know that you're applying for roles in California. Make it plain so that way there's no confusion. The other thing I would say is your contact information. Make sure you have a good phone number that has an established voicemail box set up for it so that you can receive voice messages in response to your application for employment. The other thing is make sure that your professional email is included on your resume. A professional email meaning it is not Big Doug or I like ladies or any of those type of funny emails that were funny in high school. We need to see a professional email address on your resume. So that way, if you have to create a new specific email address specifically for your job search, I highly suggest that you do that, because when we see these unprofessional nicknames on their emails or these emails from their birthday and when they first got it, when they were 12, when they first created an email account, that doesn't reflect highly on you. So please make that adjustment. And then I want to talk about highlighting relevant skills. It is very important when recruiters review your resume that we want to see that you have the skills that we're looking for this role. So, for example, if you're looking for a role in finances and you have experience working in banking industries, dealing with credit cards, reviewing financial ledgers, account reconciliation, accounts payables, you want to list those type of relevant skills so that way as a recruiter skims your resume, I can see those. They can see those on there, and they know that you're competent in those skills that will be relevant to the role that we're applying for. Same thing with using keywords. The same thing applies. Just make sure that you're using relevant keywords for the role that you're applying for. Quantify your achievements. Your achievements are important. Every employer wants somebody that wants to be there in the role. They want an able-bodied person in that role to fill that position. But we don't just want just another body at a cubicle. We want somebody that wants to be there, number one. Number two, that is competent to do the job. But number three, that they are able to exceed in the job. That we want somebody that's going to excel. We're not saying, you devote your whole life to the company and, you won't even have children because you want to dedicate every waking moment to the job. No. Well, we want somebody that's going to go above and beyond the call of duty. We want somebody that's going to enhance or improve the job function, where it's going to be like, you know what, we seem to do this. We have these meetings every Monday, and it's kind of pointless. What if we just we have a meeting or we do a chat and we say, hey, does anybody have any new ideas this week? And if we don't, the meeting canceled. But streamlining processes. We want somebody that can help streamline processes, enhance our current performance to make it better, increase productivity is the goal. So if that's what you've had the ability or you've provenly have the history of having done it in the past, by all means include that on your resume. We want to know that you are capable of doing more than what the job calls for. We're not saying that you have to always do that, but that's what we look for. We look for people that aspire to do more, that not necessarily want to just take on responsibility for the sake of taking on responsibility, but if people want to progressively progress up the ladder, we want that. We want to know that somebody's want to be in this role, come in and learn, and they want to continue to move up the ladder. Make it known. Don't leave it off. That's very important because we want able-bodied people that want to bring something to the table, that want to help the company to grow and be better. That's what we're looking for. That's what every good employer wants. That's good from good employees. And then most importantly, with your resume, keep it concise, keep it simple. Highlight relevant experience, highlight relevant achievements, and just keep it simple. You don't want to do more than 2 pages. Now, there are going to be some industries that you have to really go deeper in what you're able to do and what you've accomplished with your education. Some, with those government entity jobs and, high level technology jobs, things like that, you may need 4 or 5 pages, sometimes maybe more. But for the most part, most professions will require a minimum of 2 pages. If you can get it to 1 page, great. 2 pages, 3 pages max, ideally. But I'll say try to get it down to 2 pages for more common jobs. 2 pages is going to be sufficient. But the recruiter also knows, depending on what the skill set and requirements are or the education levels that's needed, they will expect multiple pages if that's the case. But if on the most part, most recruiters are just looking for a simple, broke down version, 2 pages at the most is what we're looking at. I hope that helps you with your resume. Next, I want to talk about your cover letter. A lot of people will feel like there's no need for a cover letter. A cover letter has a main function of getting your foot in the door with the recruiter. What your cover letter want to convey is that you have the skill set and experience and education, but also that you want to be there. That is something about this company that you want to be there, and your cover letter is your opportunity to let the recruiter know what that is. So, say for example, I would try to give a personalized story of like, hey, I grew up shopping here at your company. My dad, I grew up I'm like third generation of shopping, buying your products. And I believe that you have a good product and your innovation that you constantly put into the marketplace. It helps me stay in a customer, and knowing that you have that type of desire to keep your customers happy and satisfied and continue to make good products. That's why I want to be here. I want to be a part of something that's great, something that has a stable foothold in the community, and that they do good things. And that's why I want to be a part of this. But I didn't say that the best, but you want to convey your message simple and that you're passionate about why you want to be there. That a lot of times will get you an interview. It will get you a call back at a minimum. Now, once you get the call back, the cover letters again just to get your foot in the door with the recruiter. And if you compel them with your story, that's just another great way of getting your foot in the door. So always look to include a cover letter. A cover letter can also be used with networking. So if you're trying to get your foot in the door, find out if there's really any openings or opportunities with specific employers, you can always go on LinkedIn.com, reach out to potential employers, go to the HR departments and find people that work in HR to kind of say, hey, I'm trying to find out if y'all have any openings in this role. Who is your point of contact? And once they tell you who the point of contact is for that department, then you shoot them an email, you shoot them, that cover letter over with your resume, and just again, that compelling story to get them to like want to reach out to you, so that way they at least at a minimum they will say, hey, I really enjoy reading your resume and your cover letter. I think you'll be a good fit, but unfortunately at this time we don't have a position, but if something comes about, I'll keep you in mind, or I can refer you somewhere else. That's what you want to do. Is that cover letter is going to help you get your foot in the door, opens other networking opportunities with that recruiter. Hopefully they'll have a network of things that they can refer you to. But the more opportunities you have as a result of a good cover letter and good resume, the more power you're going to have, the better opportunities you're going to have come your way. So again, recapping, compelling resume, compelling cover letter, they're very, very, very important to the job search process. I hope this information helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, preparationforpurpose.com. I have a great job search one-on-one ebook that has a lot of the same information, but even more in depth. So definitely check out the ebook available for sale on my website, preparationforpurpose.com. And if you have any questions, definitely shoot me an email or give me a call. Thank you. Have a good day.